I just woke up from a nap and seen the news because I was like a little bit in shock when I first saw it. But I know the business, as unfortunate as it looks, you know the business, so it is what it is.
Why is that unfortunate?
It's something because he's spent his last 9 years there. Just signed a multi-year deal there this summer, so it's unfortunate. But it's the business, so it's both sides. It works both sides, though. It's the business.
Yep.
Bringing that up when we were in Miami one time and talked about how loyalty seems to fall on the players' shoulders a lot more often in terms of public perception if they were to make
for sure.
Right.
When a player gets traded, they was doing what's best for the franchise, but when a player decides to leave, he's not loyal, he's a snake, he's not committed. That's just that's the narrative of how it goes. So I'm definitely I know that firsthand.
Any thoughts on the Lob City Clippers? Obviously, you know, one of your close friends played on them, and just that team grabbed the league's attention for years, but ultimately,
Well, I mean, that's how the league is. That's how it goes. I mean, it's no different from us being in Miami and us grabbing attention for 4 years and it changes, or Boston, what they was doing in 08, 09, 10, and then it changes. Orlando playing great ball with Dwight, it changes. It's just OKC grabbed it for a little. That's just how it goes in professional sports at time, unless you're San Antonio or the New England Patriots. Pretty much everybody else has some moving things.
And just real quick on this. We all know, if you follow NBA, you know about LeBron and the decision and took his talents to South Beach, blah, blah, blah. And when he did that, you had thousands of these Edomites burning his jersey and you had everybody in the media cursing his name and all of this stuff. But on this recent trade, which, it's sports, it doesn't matter anyway, but these players, they're starting to wake up on the reality of the situation that they're in, because Jake in the sports world, for the longest of time, they've been seen as role models and seen as this and that. But at the end of the day, the owners are Edomites and the players are majority Israelites. And it's said that sentiment is starting to come out, just like in ancient Rome. I spoke about in the other video. You had, I was actually reading this in Nature Knows No Color line. Jake, as a slave in Rome, was a little different. We actually had a trade. You'd be a cook or a gladiator or a performer, an acrobat. You'd be a worker or whatever trade you could get into. And you had a lot of our people who were gladiators. You had a lot of Israelites who were gladiators. These professional athletes are modern day gladiators in the arena under the rulership of these Edomites. The Edomites, they run the arena. They control the staff in the arena. They pay for the arena. They have the contract set up with NBA and ESPN or whatever. They got to pay for the cameras, pay for all of that. They supply the food, and so from it's kind of seeming like Jake is trying to get into that door too. But the Edomites, of course, they're not gonna let us. They're not gonna let us set up. They're not going to do that because at the top they understand that this is their time to rule. This is their power seat. So they're not going to allow us in rulership. And I think it's beautiful, though, that Jake is finally starting to wake up. Yeah, you're making $100 million, but off of off of the business LeBron James, I'll say they probably made billions. off his shoes, his jerseys, off of this and that. If he would have had rights to all of that stuff, LeBron would probably be a billionaire, or he'd be up there. But he has to go through Esau. So hey, even in this society, man, for you to have all money and houses and all this stuff and contracts set up, at the end of the day, when they sign that contract and they trade you and they get rid of you, you're under their system. That's just what it is. And then KG is gonna give the same sentiments.
It was the timing of it for me. Usually, I don't know how to do it in baseball, I don't know how to do it in other sports, whatever. But just when you are in a cycle of where you're trying to make the playoffs as a team that probably shouldn't be, man, you just got all this momentum. Teams, the move, man, was one of those moves where you don't make it at that time when you're in a momentum. You got all the momentum coming behind you. You're chasing another team. I was just shocked in all of this, man. Obviously, you're a fan. You love basketball.
Yeah, I didn't really understand it. I didn't really understand. I didn't see it coming, so it was a complete shock to me. I
don't think anybody understood it, right?
Yeah, going from LA to Detroit, I don't really understand what both teams are looking at trying to get out of it.
Right. And that's usually what trades are for, right? When you're trying to actually get better or go forward.
But yeah, you can watch it on your own, man. It's the same thing. Jake is starting to wake up. We've kind of seen the whole prime era of athletes, go out the window. The posters and the billboards. I mean, they still got them, the shoes, but Jake has put so much work in. All these people on the wall, that's Jake. All these jerseys, Jake has put so much work in, and is not reaping the benefits. The scriptures talk about what? You will plant and they will sow up. That's what's happening in society. We planted it, we made it hot, but because before they allowed Jake in the NBA, it was a completely different game. Completely different. Matter of fact, real quick. Yeah. So Jake changed all of that, man. Israel is the salt of the earth. We changed all of that. But that being said, call Allah Yabashim Yabushai, Bashim Rakwakadash. The Wanasi Pasa is a great millstone. Shalom to you, Akim. The whole world is starting to wake up. Everybody's starting to see the pattern that these Edomites have followed. These things are starting to manifest. The prophecies are starting to manifest and come true. Now is the time for you to wake up. Now is the time for you to if you're an Israelite, to get back. Or you got one, Jake. Now is the time for you to get back with the Lord. Now is that time. Shalom.